absolute difference. If I'm writing down $A, $1, it means that A column is fixed. A column is fixed. And first row is fixed also. If I write down $A1, it means that A column is fixed and first row is not fixed. This is called as $A1. If I write down $1, it means that A column not fixed. A column is not fixed and first row is fixed. So this is called as relative and absolute reference. For example, if I'm in a previous example, if I write down roll number and name, roll number, name, and subject 1, subject 2, and subject 3, and subject 3. Now we can see here we will write down 1, 2, 3. Here we will drag this value and name. Here we write down name is, for example, first, second, and third. If I don't write down first, second, third, we will write down January, February, and so on. Subject 1. In this subject 1, in the previous example, we will write down here our manual based value. Manual, it means that we will writing the value. Here we will write down random between function with using of 50 to 100 value. 50 to 100 value. Here we will write down also 50 to 100 value. Here also we write down between 50 to 100 value. Now you can see here when we refresh this value, when we place the F9, this value is refreshed. So we cannot change this value, but this is refresh part. Now it is total. If I write down total, we can use sigma symbol. Here the previous example, we will check this is sigma symbol. This value is automatically changed. This is a refreshed value because we will use of the random between function. That's why this value is changeable value. Now, if we use the if functionality, we can, in the previous example, we can see the if functionality, but now with using of $sign with if functionality. But $sign with if, multiple if functionality, we can see here. For example, count if. We will count the January data, February data, March data, April data. We will count it. We will use of count if the January on the basis of total data. If. Here you can see the January, February, it's coming from 2 times. Here is also January. Here the February data, So I want to total of January and count if of January. Then what can we use the January? Then using of sum if, count if with using of reference value, sum if, your range criteria. This is your range. This is your criteria and some range is your total. This is your total. Total value will be changed because this value is F9, this value is refreshed, this value, so value is changed. Now, if I'm write down February. So in February, sum if your range is fixed. Now you can see here, drag this value. You can drag this formula. Now here, this value will be same, B11 to B20. It's the same for all the formula. So we can F4 refresh this value. We can F4 refresh this one. Because this data is same. Total value is also same. Only for changing for what? B24 to B25. Now we can easily drag this value and this is a total value of February of data. So this is a benefit of the $sign. If the range is a constant, it will be not changeable. At that time, we can use the dollar functionality. range is same. It cannot be changed. At that moment, we can use the dollar functionality. Same as it is if I'm using if with COUNTIF, you can also use if logical text value is true, value is false. If value is, for example, this value, hold the value total. If I put it out the total, if I put it here, the total value, if I put here total, this is logical text value is greater than 5,000, then this value minus 1,000 value, otherwise else this value as it is. So you can see here the value, it will be not change. If it is constant, then you can use the dollar sign. Now, if with using of dollar sign, if with using of COUNTIF, you can see here how it is useful if with COUNTIF functionality, if with SUMIF functionality. Here we will use the dollar sign count. If this is your range and this is your criteria, now the range is same from hold the condition, then it will be freeze this value. Now drag this value. Here is also February. Then we can put it data. The February data will be changed. It will be same as it is. So if with using of COUNTIF function, we can also use COUNTIF function with using of dollar functionality. SUMIF function using from dollar functionality. If function using from dollar functionality, you can use this. If the range is same from all the criteria, at that time, if functionality, dollar sign use. For example, if logical text value is true, value is false. Logical text, this value is greater than 150. Then next if, that is multiple if. Multiple if, logical text value is true, value is false. If in a logical text, if I'm write down this value equal to, this value is equal to, yeah, otherwise else, you can see the total value, it is greater than 5,000, then it will be display yes, otherwise else it will be display no, and you can also display this no value. So here is a no value will be displayed. Now if I'm dragging this value F21, it will be fixed value. So what can we do? We can freeze this value. So F21, it is a same as it is. So at that moment, is not greater than any value is not greater than about 150. So it will be not display 150. And here we will display no. If I'm write down this value is between 100 to 200. For example, this is 176, but this value is not greater than 5,000. So this value is not greater than 5,000, though it display not no. If this value is greater than 5,000, for example, 6,000, it display from yes. This is a basic difference between the dollar sign, and you can use this dollar sign with when the range is same or is it same as it is, at that time you can use this. This dollar sign shortcut keys, for example, if it is not any dollar sign, then you can put here this value. If you put the dollar sign, you can press F, you can press here, cursor is here, and you can press F4. This is a freeze this value and this dollar sign to freeze the particular data. At that time, you can use this dollar sign. Yes, this is a dollar sign. You can use this dollar sign, and using of this dollar sign, F4 is a shortcut key. If you press the second time F4, it is a F$21. If you can press third time dollar, this is $F21. Yes, if one time $2, second time $1, three times only $1. This is a shortcut key of if function. Now, if it is January, February, and so on, for example, we can only drag this value, automatically value is coming. September value is not, June value is not. This is count value is also automatically coming, because all the value are dollar value, and dollar values automatically come from your side. This is a main benefit of the dollar sign. When we use the dollar sign, it is a more useful the data whenever I'm dragging the multiple data. Here you can see it. This first functionality is dollar, last functionality dollar, and this is your dragging function. You can easily drag this value. You cannot put the second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, sixth time, 7 and 8 times you can do this. you can automatically do all the functionality. So that is the main functionality which will be used from your side. It is a dollar relative reference functionality. This is a more useful from your side. This is dollar functionality. Dollar functionality with use count if, sum if, all the data. This is a no any boundary. You cannot use the dollar functionality to particular function. You can use the any of the function. You can use the sum if as, you can use the count if as. You can do this functionality with any of the number of functionality. But dollar is very useful. This is called relative reference and this is called physical reference. If this is called as a physical reference, this is called as a relative reference. Relative reference have a $2 and physical reference is only $1.